This is Don.
And Alisa.
And this is our special day. Our special day was our wedding day. It was on April 5th. And it was a great day. It was our wedding day, and really had a fun time. A lot was going on. It was very busy, and it was the start of our marriage.
Let's see. It was in the spring. It was cold that day. Well, I was cold, and it was a lot of people. What else? Everyone just looked beautiful, and we really enjoyed our day. Enjoyed the night at the reception, and we were just happy to see everyone that came out to celebrate with us. In the morning, I didn't get to bed until 4, and then had to wake up at 6 to get my hair done. My hairdresser came over, and we weren't finished my hair till around 11, maybe 12. So that was one reason why we were pretty late getting to the wedding. But she came by and did my hair, and after that, I went over to the hotel to get my makeup done. And we got to the hotel maybe around 3, and I took a shower, got my makeup done, and got dressed. I was supposed to get dressed at the venue, but seeing what time it was, we figured it was best to just let me get dressed at the hotel, and then we drive over, so when we got there, we can just go right into the church. So it was pretty hectic, stressful. I was upset because I was late, but once I got there, I was crying, I was happy, and I just couldn't believe that it was really time for me to walk down the aisle to marry my husband.
How you doing today?
I'm fine.
You ready?
I didn't recognize you.
You didn't even recognize you. Are you ready for the big day?
Yes,
Ready?
I'm late, but I'm ready. The jewelry that I had on was all due to my mom. She was the reason why I was looking so beautiful. She had everything coordinated. She went to New York. She went to a lot of other stores in the area that we lived in. And she's a bargain shopper. She's a negotiator, so she made sure she got the right price for everything. And we didn't know that the jewelry would match the dress, so it just so happened that when she came home from New York and her other stores and brought the jewelry home, it just matched perfectly. So we were really happy about that, and that day when everything was put together, it was perfect. My makeup was done by Cinta Outerbridge. Shout out to you. She is such a wonderful person. She's lovely. She's kind-hearted. And she was like, you need your makeup done, just let me know. And the Lord had put her on my heart to ask her. I didn't know who to ask. I was always looking at people's faces during that time to see, okay, their makeup looks nice, but she was the one that I really had a close relationship with. I sang on the choir with her, so I knew her, and I asked her, and it just worked out perfectly. And she was able to do one of my bridesmaids' makeup as well, my maid of honor. So it was really nice. About my dress was not from a store. My mom and I were, like I said, my mom is a bargain shopper, and I get some of that from her as well. So I was looking for a while for a dress that was a good price and looked beautiful. So I went online to get my dress, and I found this dress. I didn't like the bottom of the dress, but I loved the top. And my mom loved the bottom of another dress, but didn't like the top of it, vice versa. So we compromised. I got the top of the dress that I liked, and she got the bottom of the dress that she liked. And we put it together, and they sent it to us, and it came out so beautiful. The beading was by a lady named, I don't want to say Linda. I forgot her name, but she did such a beautiful job. She took off the original beads, put on, excuse me, some real ones, and she made my train that went on the dress. She made my reception dress from looking at a picture. And she's such a talented woman. I wish I still knew her name, but she's such a lovely person. She worked from in her home. We went to go by there a couple of times to try on the dress, and she was just so accommodating. And it was just a blessing that my mom found her. I think she was at a function or something, and somebody else mentioned her to my mom. My mom got her information, and it just went from there.
How are you feeling
I'm
today?
fine. We're running so late. I'm so sorry, Don. But I'm finally ready to walk down the aisle, and I'm so excited.
Anything special you want to say to Don before you walk down the aisle?
I can't wait to see you. I love you. And I hope you're being patient. I'll be there soon.
We will never fully understand what we've asked of you, or your families, asking you to put yourself in harm's way, to endure it all. But we do understand that it's our turn, our duty, to keep you secure for the rest of your life. Wounded Warrior Project long-term support programs help our most severely ill or injured veterans live independently, at no cost, for life, so that they might stand at ease. Join us at findwwp.org.
Our venue, again, my mom and I were looking at a lot of places. How do we we got married at the Valley Forge Military Academy. And I forgot how I came across it, but, excuse me, I found the website, I called the contact person, and we went over to look at the venue. Come to find out when we got there, they also had a reception area. So we went over to look at the reception area, and they were able to give us a good deal if we had the chapel in the reception that day. So we were able to get that, and yes, that's how I found out. I went to a bridal expo, and they had, how they have different people there, different vendors, and they were one of the vendors. So I gave them a call, and I was able to get a discount because I was at the bridal expo, and it was perfect. Everything was at the chapel, then we just walked right across the path to the reception hall, and the background, the scenery was perfect. So we were happy that we were able to have that venue for our day.
My day started pretty slow. My day was really simple in comparison to Alisa's day. Me and my brothers, we were up the night before. We went to go see I think Captain America, the Winter Soldier. I think that's the one that came out that night. So we were watching that night. It was real late by the time we got in. Then we got up early in the morning. I can't remember the time. And then it was my best man and my little brother. And we left from, I think the cable guy had came or something to the new apartment. And we was waiting for him while we was getting ready and whatnot. So then we left out of there. We made it to the church, and a lot of time left, so it was really simple. All we had to do was wake up, wait for the cable guy. He did his thing, leave out, get dressed, leave. Actually, we left out, went over to the venue, and then got dressed at the venue. So my day was pretty simple. Oh, so Bishop Lambert. While I was getting dressed, when we were in the back, Bishop Lambert was talking to us, and he was giving us some wisdom. This is the pastor that married us, and he's our home church pastor as well. So he, just talking to myself and my best man and the other guys as well, just about marriage and stuff like that. So it was he was joking to keep everything lighthearted and making sure everybody was not nervous or anything like that. So it was really cool. It was really appreciated. Yeah. My groomsmen. One, it was my best man, Dave Cooper, my little brother, Chris. I had my buddy Demetrius from college, my brother-in-law to be at the time, Miles. I know I'm forgetting some people. Oh, Kenny, my other little brother. And I want to say that's it. Yeah. And they were the guys that were real tight to me. I had two other guys who I grew up with, but they couldn't make it. One because he was in the military, still is in the military at this time. And then my buddy Jeremy. And then my other guy, Corey. He was supposed to be one of my guys as well. And then my other guy, Mike, Big Mike. And he was supposed to be one of my... I said cool. And Mick. Wow, I had a bunch of guys who I wanted to do it, and then even Despot, and Tyler. So I had a bunch of guys who couldn't come in. It was still my A squad, but I just had a really large A squad, and everybody couldn't make it in, so it just got a reduced A squad, yeah. So, yeah.
Lo sé, me vas explaining todo. I'm here, waiting, and it's April 5th, 3:30. Starting to worry when you're standing me up here.
My bridesmaids were, first my matron of honor was my best friend Morgan Davis. I have known her since college. We roomed together. That's like my sister. So she was the matron of honor. My maid of honor was Deani. That's like my older sister. We joke around so much, and she's so, business minded and chill and everything, and she likes to get things done. So she was my maid of honor. I also had my cousin Loren. Known her since I was a baby, basically. Who else? Who else was there? Loren. Joy, my sister-in-law to be, was in it. I had junior bridesmaids, my cousin Cheyenne, my god sister Shayana, Jalisa, my niece-in-law, and who else? My cousin Kayla was the junior bridesmaid. And my flower girl was Sage. Known her for a little bit. Her uncle just got married, and I knew her mom, and I just loved their family, so she was able to be my flower girl. I was late. My hair, basically, like I said, I had to get up at 6. Wasn't done till around 11. So that's about 3 hours to get my hair done. And by the time I left the house and got to the hotel, it was around maybe 1, maybe. I still had to take a shower, get my makeup done, so everything wasn't completely done until around 3:30. And the wedding was supposed to start at 3:30. So I know he was waiting, and during that time I did a video like, Don, I'm so sorry I'm late. I'm supposed to be there by now. But around 3:30 I was fully makeup and hair was done, but I still had to get dressed. So I got dressed, and by the time we left the hotel, it was around 4 o'clock. We still had to drive to the venue, so we didn't really start the wedding until around 4:45, 5. And yeah, I knew everyone was waiting. I just felt so bad. But my bridesmaids, they were like, you can't do anything about it now. It's your special day. All you can do is relax, and you'll get there when you get there. But in my mind, I'm like, I wanted to start on time. But in the end, I was just happy to be there. I was happy to make it, and it wasn't 2 hours. Looking at it in a different perspective. So Yeah, it was a little, I was late, but trying to make up for it now, being on time. When I came in out of the car, I walked into the chapel, I started hyperventilating. I think it really hit me that I was about to get married. I know some women, it hits them that day before, that night before, that morning, but it didn't really hit me until I got there. So I was crying, I couldn't catch my breath, and they were fanning me because with me crying, my makeup is on, they didn't want my makeup to run. So they were just, everyone was telling me to calm down. My mom was there, the bridesmaids, the hostesses, my dad, everyone that was in the wedding basically was, trying to help me to calm down, sit down, take a breather, everything's gonna be okay. And I was also upset because I was late. So I was like, oh my goodness, this is really about to start. We need to start now. And they're like, it's okay, we're gonna start. Just, you just need to take some time to breathe. So that's why everyone was fanning me, and it worked a little bit to some extent, but I was glad everyone was there to support me and help me out. When my mom was putting my veil on, I was still hyperventilating. I was still crying, I was breathing really hard. Again, she was just trying to tell me to calm down because I still had to put my shoes on. She had brought my shoes there for me. So she was putting my veil on, and I was trying to adjust it with the bouquet. I didn't know if I wanted to put the bouquet under the veil, put it out of the veil. I probably should have put it underneath to have room to breathe. But it was just, the veil just added more, like it just made it more real to me that, I was about to get married.
Oh, on the runner, Alisa decided to surprise me and put on the runner a poem that I wrote to her like a while ago, like a while before the wedding, that I forgot all about. I like texted her one day when I was going to work or something, this poem, and it was a short poem. So when I see, again, she surprised me. So when I saw the runner come down, now I got to give you a little backstory. I was telling everybody, ain't no way I'm gonna cry at this wedding. That was just something I just wasn't gonna do. It wasn't gonna be about it. I just wasn't gonna cry. So the whole time, everybody was like, "Are you gonna cry?" Even my best man, my groomsmen were like, "Oh man, I see you about to cry." I'm like, "No, I'm good. I'm good." So the closest moment that I got to crying, closest moment, because I still ain't do it, was when they pulled the runner out, and I started reading what it said on there, and I was like, oh, the poem. Like, so I connected the dots there. But yeah, that was a poem that was something that I sent to Alisa a while before. And it was just cool that she remembered it enough to put it on the runner. I even looked at her matron of honor and said, y'all trying to get me to cry, it ain't gonna happen. Y'all ain't gonna get me. So I had to stop reading it. When I started reading it, I was like, oh, no, I'm good. I'm good. Let me try it.
You didn't even read the whole thing.
I didn't read the whole thing. Not until afterward. Yeah. So that's what was on that record.
Walking down the aisle it was beautiful, and I was nervous. I was glad my dad was there, but I didn't smile the whole time down the aisle. I was breathing really hard, again, because it was still hitting me that I'm about to get married, and the closer I got, the worse it got. So it was a long aisle. It took me a while to get down there, and I think that's one of the things I liked about the venue, to have the long aisle, to have time for people to, see me, take pictures, look at the dress, because that's one of the things when the bride comes, everyone stands up and they want to take pictures. So I thought the long aisle was perfect because I was able to take my time. People were able to see me. I I had it so, well, my mom suggested that, you know, everyone not stand up until I passed the aisle. So everyone was able to see me, able to see the dress. But I do wish I was able to smile, but it just wasn't in there at that time. While I was walking down the aisle, I was crying, of course, because I'm about to get married, and I was just reflecting on Don and our relationship, our engagement, our friendship, and how everything just came together to this day, and just having everyone there, having my dad there talking to me and saying it's going to be okay, and just realizing like I'm about to start my life with my best friend. And it was just an emotional time, a happy time, and everything was just all in my head, and that's what happened. I cried.
When I saw Alisa coming down the aisle, I was just hoping she was okay. I saw her breathing real heavy, and her dad was trying to talk to her, and I was just like, I mean, is she all right? I had never seen her in a situation like that, where she was, like she said, hyperventilating. So, yeah, I mean, I was just trying to be patient and make sure she was all right. I knew when she got up there that she'd be all right. It was just a matter of getting her up there, and that aisle was so long. It was ridiculous. Again, it was my idea to have the aisle be that long, but you know, it was so long that I was just like, all right, come on, like, let's get her here so she'll be okay. I didn't want her to pass away or pass out. Really didn't want her to pass away. Definitely didn't want her to pass out while she was coming down the aisle. So I was like, okay, let's just get her here and then let everything be all right. Yeah. Oh, the vows we recited were really easy because we ain't write them. That's Pastor Lambert who wrote all of that. No, I think we had to do was just follow his lead. So it's funny, I didn't even think about writing vows or doing anything like that prior to it. So when Pastor was like, all right, I think the bride and groom want to recite their vows, I was just like, is this something that we were supposed to have? So I'm glad it wasn't. And yeah, it was cool.
The vows, again, were from Pastor Lambert. I think Don and I discussed beforehand that we weren't going to write any vows. We just wanted to get through the whole, you know, what is it? Get through the wording, the formality of it, I guess. So I didn't have any vows written, Don didn't either. We just read what was on this piece of paper that Pastor Lambert gave us. And I think it was easier because, you know, with writing vows, a lot of emotion goes into it. And you're thinking and you're reading and you're crying and you can't get it out. So it was nice to just have something to read off of.
You may kiss your bride. You may kiss your bride.
So I decided to sing to Don at the wedding. I thought about this a little after he proposed to me, you know, getting everything together for the wedding, looking at venues, looking at reception areas. And I just wanted to do something special. Don always told me I never sing to him when we were engaged. So I was like, well, I want to surprise him and sing to him. So I love the song Inseparable by Natalie Cole. I'm an old school girl. I love old school music, and that was one song that really, the words really spoke to about our relationship. We're inseparable, talking about how wonderful he is, and I just wanted to dedicate that time to him. So I coordinated with the musician that before he kissed me, I would do a gesture and he would start the music and I would sing to him. And I thought I was going to cry and start breathing hard again, but I was able to get through it. Don held my hand while I sang the song, and it turned out good.
When Alisa started singing the song, I was just surprised because what happened was it was time to kiss my bride, and she was like, and I'm like, it's not really how this whole thing is supposed to iron out. So I was really surprised about that, but it was all right. I mean, when she started to sing, it was, again, I wasn't gonna cry, so I was just trying to, appreciate the moment. It was cool. So yeah, when it came to, I guess the one thing that made things a little different for Alisa and I, not better or worse, just different, was the fact that Alisa and I decided that during our dating process, even engagement process, that we weren't going to kiss each other. We waited until our wedding day to kiss each other, and that's, oh, and of course, if we waited to kiss each other, we waited to have sex until then as well. So, and that was, I think, at least in my mind, that was a lot of the reason, because we figured that if we started kissing, it was just a matter of time before we would take it to the next level and have sex. And of course, the Word of God, the Bible, leads us to not, or tells us just straight up to not to have sex before marriage, or so that's what we were trying to do. We were just trying to make sure we walked that out properly, and we felt as though it would be best for our relationship, because if we had done that, we probably wouldn't have got to know each other as well as we did prior to it. I mean, honestly, like Alisa said, marrying her best friend, and it really was that. We became friends, and that was our whole thing from the start of it. When we said we were gonna start dating, it was just, we were friends who were getting to know each other exclusively. And that's what we called it. We didn't call it courting or anything. You can if you want. But we just said we were going to be friends and we were going to get to know each other exclusively. And as time went on, there was no possession. There was no boyfriend and girlfriend. There was none of that. It was just for us. It made more sense to just go, all right, we're friends, and that's my friend. But it's exclusive and we're dating. So that was, something that was known between us and others. So when we got engaged, that's where it got a little tougher, because it then became a little bit more possessive. It was fiance. That's my fiance. That's my fiance. So things got a little tougher there, and we really, we struggled through that time without kissing each other. And, I think that was really the harder time there. But praise be to God, when, we really had to pray. I mean, it was nothing to boast about. It was just, a really humbling experience. I think our engagement time was almost a full year. So we got engaged on April 9th, and we got married on the next April 5th. So by no means are we bragging about it. It was more so, and I shared this with other people in this light, I just think we wouldn't have been able to be responsible to kiss each other without having sex. So for us, it was a matter of, look, we got to be responsible with this relationship. And if we're going to really say that we're not even to be super deep, but if we're just going to say that we're going to do this and have it be successful for us, then we need to make sure that we took that precaution and set that boundary as no kissing. So not even lip touching. Like, we just really try to cut it all out.